Hello guys, what is up? I'm Kyle and you're watching Tech Bear TV. Earlier this week, Apple had their Worldwide Developers Conference where they unveiled the new version of OS X called Yosemite and iOS 8. iOS 8 is great and so is Yosemite, and I can't wait to see them when they are out of their beta phase and they are working properly. But one big part of iOS 8 is the SDK. Now, iOS 8 really wasn't changed that much, even though it now has continuity with the new version of OS X Yosemite, and it has the new keyboard features, and now you can use any keyboard you want. It's all about the SDK that's now opened up iOS that allows developers to create more things. So this version of iOS 8, is really about the developers. They're going to shape up what iOS 8's going to be in the future of the iPhone, the iPad, and the iPod, but not so much iPod. Here is the page on Apple's website. Just wait until you see what app developers will do next. iOS 8 is the biggest release to developers since the introduction of the App Store, has over 4,000 new APIs to enable amazing features and capabilities. So, here's what it can do. It'll let you share photos, videos, and websites and other content with social sites like Facebook and Twitter, and they've opened up those options to all developers, so they can let you share to anything through any app. Now, developers can put in their own filters into Apple's Photos app via photo editing on that, and then they have custom actions, so new apps can add new actions to your device for sharing and opening up that little bar, this one here, when you have app open. Alright, so the notification center now lets you customize it more. You can add different widgets to it, and you'll get Sports Center notifications, apps like that, if you have them downloaded, and they can show notifications based on what they want to show. Apple is a great new keyboard. As I said earlier, now you can choose which one you want to do. That's a big one, because Apple's old keyboard was pretty bad. I like SwiftKey and FlexKey. They're both great keyboards. And now Documents, very cool. You can now put all of your iOS documents and put them in all the apps, and you can share them between all apps without having to worry about them not working properly. It all works together. And Touch ID now works on any app that a developer makes it work on, so the developer can develop Touch ID for any app now. PhotoKit now lets photo apps to edit photos directly in the camera roll without having to import them first. Now there's a camera API, so third-party camera apps can have precise control over exposure, focus, and white balance, in addition to the controls they already have. There's the Health Kit, which health and fitness apps can share their data with the new health app and with each other. When apps can talk to each other, they work harder for your health. And the new health app lets you take information about your health and put it into your phone, how you're doing, your well-being, how much you weigh, all about your current health state. Then HomeKit introduces a new way for you to control supported devices in your home using Siri. That means you could use your voice to turn on lights or adjust the thermostat. And the CloudKit allows developers to use the full power of iCloud in their apps and enable you to sign in with your Apple ID without sharing your personal information. But that's interesting. When I loaded Samsung Smart Switch on my phone to switch over from my iPhone, it actually let me log in with my Apple ID so I can transfer everything, because it was from a iCloud backup, which is what it was bringing it over from. So that's interesting, but I haven't seen anything else that actually let you log in with iCloud. So I don't know if they had a deal there, but I doubt Apple and Samsung would make a deal anyway. And then they have the all-new gaming technologies, because iOS is so great for gaming, and there's literally no point in buying a 3DS or a PS Vita, because there's so many great apps out there that just let you play great games on your iPad, iPod, or iPhone. But I recommend playing them on your iPad, because you want to save your battery on the smaller devices, and they're not as good for playing games. So they've got the Sprite Kit, which is battery efficiency for 2D games, and then there's Scene Kit, great rendering for 3D games, and it's mainly for casual, but it's got a physics engine and a particle generator and easy ways to script the actions of 3D objects. And it integrates with Sprite Kit, so you can merge the 2D and 3D aspects into your game. And then Metal is the big one. It's built for developers who create highly immersive console games. Metal is new technology that will allow them to squeeze maximum performance from the A7 chip, which is Apple's most powerful chip currently, It's optimized to allow the CPU and GPU to work together to achieve optimal performance. It's designed for multi-threading, and there are great tools for putting it all together in Xcode, which is Apple's software for making things like apps and games. So that's pretty much it, besides Swift, brand new programming language, which is big, and I definitely want to learn Swift because I think this is definitely the future of what iOS is going to be powered by. It's a brand new programming language. It's spurring the next generation of iOS apps. They've introduced this. It's a programming language that's as powerful as it is expressive and intuitive to use for app developers. It means it's a new level of creative freedom. For you, it means a new level of app. I think this is great because Swift is going to be learned by so many developers, and I think it's going to change what apps are like on iOS. Definitely want to learn this in the future. Sounds like a great programming language. It's brand new, so I'll wait a bit until iOS 8's out and we hear what people are thinking about it. But definitely want to learn it again. Okay, so that's pretty much it. As you can see, we're at the end of the page for iOS 8 SDK. I will make a video in the future that goes into detail about Yosemite. I might make a video on that, and I might do a video that goes into detail about the other features of iOS 8. I might just make that into one video of the new iOS 8 and OS X Yosemite and how they work together and have continuity. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, click that like button down below. Maybe subscribe, comment, or like. Peace out, cats and dogs. Peace out.